Demna's Gucci is officially finally here. You might have seen I made a video last night about Demna's Gucci unveil being possibly in the Gucci Shift sneaker that they put up on the site. A lot of places were reporting that, but it looks like that was not the case. So I figured I'd make a hasty correction because Gucci actually just finally unveiled all of Demna's new looks, or at least some of Demna's new looks. I think he actually said I need more time to create a full collection, but I think it's something like 36 looks. So take that video I made yesterday and throw it right in the trash. It's fine, it's not like I spent all Sunday working on it. I blame you, Complex Sneakers. But anyway, it's very exciting. I actually have only very briefly looked at the looks because I wanted to make a quick video to make up for the one I made yesterday. I like to do a blind react, just so my reaction is a little more like raw and unfiltered, and you can kind of see me processing it along with you guys. So I'm excited to take a look at everything, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Before I get into the looks, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. It really helps me out, and it's been really great to see the response so far, so I appreciate it. But let's take a look. You know, I should have noted, because last night when I went to edit the video, I looked at Gucci's page and the post had been cleared. And I was like, okay, are they preparing for something? And they were, because as you can see here, the Instagram has been completely re-demnified, if you will. He's done this before where he's like cleared out a social media page. Likes to make a big splash. So I'm going to go look by look and we'll just talk about it a little bit. Like I said, I did look at these a little bit, and the one thing I will say is that I'm a little more positive on it than I was the Gucci Shift, which makes sense because I think those looks, it turns out, were probably done just by the design team. So it makes sense that they were pretty flatline. So right off the bat, we've got a ball gown, it looks like. So you'll notice down here, Gucci La Familia, Gucci La Star. I think High Snobiety reported that he'd given like a persona to each one of these. So La Star is this one here. So this is our star. It's cool. You know, I'm not a women's ball gown guy, or whatever you want to call this, evening dress. But, you know, fine, nice, cool. Sequins, and then kind of poofing out at the bottom. It looks a little bit more Demna, but not aggressively so. This looks, in my opinion, way more Demna in terms of like the dresses they tend to put out. And I actually, those, you can kind of see in the details, those little sequins and embellishments actually kind of dangling off the dress. It looks very riche. This is La Mecenette. Butchering that one. Positive. This is a little more my speed. I think it's got a cool edginess while still being like sophisticated and subtle. It's interesting. And it's not like, I mean, we'll let the looks develop a little bit, but so far nothing that's like, well, I was just about to say deliberately ugly. But even this, like, Gucci, you know, does a lot with florals traditionally. And Demna and Balenciaga, not so much. I'm sure he has a little bit, but I can't really think of anything like this. La Contessa. But this, again, is borderline on that, like, I don't know that he's going for ugly per se, but more of a statement piece, obviously. And like with these puffy shoulders and everything, that's a hell of a necklace right there. So this is a cool and interesting look because it's reminding me of like him playing with the new house codes and like a Gucci floral thing. So it's interesting to see him play in a new space there. And speaking of florals, here's another one right up. You know, what I said before about like wanting to see his more interesting designs or whatever, it's subtle. So far, nothing's like beating me over the head, which I kind of figured. I made a comment in the other video about he probably needs to play it a little safe before going a little crazy, just what with Gucci's, you know, sales right now and the tremendous weight on his shoulders for kind of saving the house and maybe caring in general. But I'm seeing a little bit of interesting, edgier designs come through. So like that collar, for instance, on this dress is just a little bit more of a statement and not just like kind of flatline. This is Flora, which makes sense because it is floral. Where's he getting these names from? You know, this is cool. This is very chic. La Diva makes sense. And this is, again, something I could see in I see his DNA in this big time. Like, if Balenciaga had come out with this, I wouldn't have batted an eye. But interestingly, I see a little bit of, like, his couture work more in this, which makes sense. It always felt a tiny bit more elevated, a little bit more elegant, which is what I would maybe expect from Gucci. Or at least him shifting to Gucci. You know, he kind of turned Balenciaga into the more streetwear powerhouse that it was. But it's cool. I'm curious if it's exclusive. Okay, so La Familia is exclusively in 10 Gucci stores from December 25th to October 12th. That is soon. So they're really hitting the ground running. That's interesting how quickly that's coming. This is very old lady-ish to me. But in a good, rich old lady, don't get me wrong. Finally seeing that monogram come through, which I wondered how he was going to play with that. And that bag. It's like a slouchy bag, which is all the rage right now. But I actually like this a lot. It's like a nice mix of like, oh, it's a loungy, you know, it's like a Snuggie, but with I'm sure the most expensive fur in the world trimming the whole thing. So it's like kind of a contrast to the cheapest thing you could wear, lowest class thing you could wear. No offense to Snuggies, they're cool, they're warm. I get cold in the office all the time. And that jewelry is pretty intense. Those, I mean, from here they almost look like Cuban chain, but I'm sure they're not. But and that looks like a snake bracelet, which would be, you know, right in line with Gucci. It's like that nice mix of like really elegant and really like pedestrian. There's a nicer word for it. That's prima donna. Okay. I mean, this looks pretty Balenci to me. I'll, you know, I'm not thinking of anything like bang on. I could be like, that reminds me of that. But if I look through the archive, I'm sure, La Snob, that's great. I'm sure I could find a piece that he's done that looks very similar to this. Again, though, it has like an elegance to it. There's nothing so far that's like got big rips in it or anything like that. You know what I mean? Give it time, we might see something, but it's got its own unique DNA to it. Again, the collar actually looks kind of like a flower that's like blooming. So the like Gucci floral thing is kind of coming through there for me too. But obviously a very like goth look. Okay, pretty in pink. Ooh, a little bit. It's very hard to see, but I think there's a little bit of monogram going on. Very subtle. Again, that fur fringe thing going on. This one's pretty. I don't know. It looks like a nightie that was, you know, brought down to the ground. Not super duper do anything for me. That might be the same slouchy bag, just with some like sequins. The earrings are pretty intense. And that ring, good lord. It's cool. It's not, I'm not going to be purchasing it. I'm not going to be purchasing any of these, most likely. Okay, here we have a nude gentleman. I did see High Snobiety say something about like he's bringing sexy back. And this would imply as much. I feel like I've seen this model from Balenci. I could be wrong, but he might be bringing his A-team over. And we got some slides there, it looks like. Ragazzo. Yeah, just big old Gucci slides. We love to see it. And just like a Speedo type with a little scarfy knot at the end. Cool, I guess. Not much to it. Ooh, full on fur, baby, with a little bit of like a sheer sleeve, and it looks like the rest of the dress, but it's hard to see. It's the drama queen. There's a lot of like drama queens and divas going on in this collection. Fur's cool. I like fur. Yeah, similar to some of the other vibes we've been seeing. Again, the overall vibe I'm getting from this collection is a little bit more like that elegant, chic, posh, whatever you want to call it, any verbs you want or adjectives you want, call them verbs, but more so in that direction for this collection. And then again, we got some nice underpants with the little, you know, scarfy, hanky tie at the end. But there's not too much to say about it. Again, with the Gucci slides, some aviators. I actually have some Gucci aviators. I like them. And a little necklace that almost looks like the Versace Medusa from here. I can't really see it. He's the Bastardo. Bastardo! That's from Titanic. And any movie where someone calls someone a bastard in Italian. Okay. This is the It Girl. Speaking of sexy, I mean, that is a sheer dress with fur on the top and fur on the... It's like a tube top that's been extended all the way up and down. I mean, definitely, man, how would you wear this thing out? You gotta put something underneath it. She looks like she's got some bloomers on covering it up, and a different bag. Flat. It's also kind of unstructured looking. Little, would you call that a top handle? I don't know. It's just kind of the... And then again, those like what look like Cuban chain earrings, which I think actually are pretty dope. I like how big and long they are. Kind of a big statement. But again, the fur making a significant appearance. Is that just regular part of fur or those feathers coming off at the bottom? Hard to say. But again, using the monogram. Okay, we're getting a little nightlifey monogram leggings there. Ooh, that like drapey, sequiny look coming off the heels. That's actually really cool, but they got to cut that in just such a way that like you wouldn't step on it. It looks like it is. It looks like none of those are like dragging on the floor, but like that would be pretty bad. You just step right on it, rip it right off immediately. But those are cool. Miss Aperitivo. Don't know what that means. Aperitif. I got no idea. Dress itself is kind of looks a little like a lady of the night, if you will. The bag is like, man, I'm having trouble even looking. It looks like a furry. Again, like the kind of thing with those sequins draping down, kind of like that, but hard to see the structure and shape of it. But it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's a dazzling outfit, right? It'll dazzle you. The glasses are kind of cool. And big old GG earrings. The accessories seem to be where he's really stepping out. Okay, a men's night look here. And okay, you know, he made a bit of a splash last year by saying, like, when he was going over to Gucci, he's like, I'm done with oversized. I don't think you're quite done with oversized, my guy, because those pants be poolin'. Rubacuori. It's cool. Nothing to lighten me on fire here with this one. I'm trying to pick out things that I think would be, like, unique about this, and other than the... I mean, it looks pretty high-waisted. Is that actually the pants, or is that like a... That might be like a cummerbund. I think I see a seam there. But it's hard to tell without being able to see more looks from it. But it's a fairly standard, you know, black tie event look. Just the pants are what make it stand out a little bit. And the shoes look pretty flat. They're maybe a little bit beat up. It's hard to see them, obviously, with the pooling. But they look a little, like, more unstructured than your typical evening wear. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's very, like, rigid and tube-like on the arm there. But again, fur. Fur seems to be a big thing in this collection. I wonder how much of it is actual fur versus faux fur, because he's done a lot with faux fur at Balenci. And again, those accessories are really... I wonder if there's a play there, because accessories have been really popular lately, just with, like, people not being able to maybe afford the mainline stuff. It's always been, like, a aspirational thing to be able to afford, maybe I'll buy a pair of sunglasses, or maybe I'll buy a belt or something, rather than buy off on the whole piece. But the jacket's really cool. It's got that kind of, like, boxy Demna look to it, but still with like a newfound elegance, I think. This is La Bomba N Degree 2. Okay, Demna, you crazy bastard. But this chain belt thing is cool, and again, I like how chunky the accessories are. Okay, Party Boy. This could just be I've definitely seen this model before from Balenci. This could definitely just be this could be a Balenci look. But again, it's not, he's not going as, like, I haven't seen distressing. Some of the cuts remind me of him. It's got his unique identity to it, but this is all, like, sequined out. It actually looks a little like something like a Miri would be coming out with these days, because they're big on the, like, crystal and the sequin look for men. But that's cool. I like it. I can see Italian party boys wearing that to the club. Again, fur. Very similar to the last one we looked at, but a little more loosely structured. Those shoulders are giving 80s. Oh, look, the red and green stripes making an appearance on that bag. Just a little tiny bag, pretty simple. Again, with the large GG chain, but this time it looks like it's in kind of a gold or a brass color. Yeah, it's cool. It is we are going sexy, aren't we? Because she ain't got no pants on. I think I see there's a little cheeky back there. Cool, I like it. I'm starting to get a sense for what this thing looks like. It's, again, it's that elevated look, but I'm seeing the direction he's taking it, and I'm not underwhelmed by his vision coming through, which is nice. You know, I want to see some Demna stuff. This looks like almost like an Eddie look, and I don't know if this is the shaggy young boy wearing it, but he's got that what looks kind of like a snake chain necklace. I like it. I can't tell with the low detail if those are snake heads, but that would fit Gucci if they were. Little sheer top action. The pants are sheer too, it looks like. Yep, hell. If you got it, flaunt it, brother. But again, I can see a little bit more. With the men's stuff, I'm seeing a little bit more in the Balenci space, but maybe that's just because what I'm interested in. Oh yeah, that jacket kicks ass. Man, I'm such a sucker for leather jackets. It looks like a snake skin, which again would make sense with Gucci, but it's got some, like, I think paneling at the top, and that looks like a flower cut out on the shoulder, a floral of some kind, and then actually, like, embellished here with you know, a piece of jewelry, a brooch, if you will. I like the little sweater underneath with the little lace collar there. That's cool, and the bag matches. It looks very similar to that last one we looked at. Ooh, the horsebit loafers coming back again in that kind of brown snakeskin, but with is she stepping on the heel and crushing it? That's very Demna. That is very Demna to do. Just be like, man, screw you, step on my heels. This is maybe my favorite look so far, but again, I'm just such a sucker for leather jackets. But I like the proportions are so cool with those, like, I mean, that's styling, but that big oversized jacket and the little pencil skinny legs and skirt. That's really cool. Okay, again, Italian vacation vibes. just chilling on the yacht. Monogram looks like velvet or satin or something. That looks like a YSL bag to me. Again, the bags seem very unstructured. Got some nice Gucci slides on. Little, almost like velvet tracksuity vibes. I like it. Think it's cool. I wouldn't Principino. I wouldn't wear it personally, but I think that's gonna be a crowd pleaser for the vacation Gucci boys. This is the most basic ass 2006 girl outfit. I mean, it's got like croc leather on it, but I don't know. Just like borderline equestrian heels or something. I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one. Ragazza. Ragazzi and ragazza. Doesn't that just mean girl? Or girls? Something like that. Okay, we're bringing Balenci back. Oh, that's cool. He's got horse bits on the, like, pocket details. Ooh, let's talk. We haven't really talked sneakers. Can't see much of them. They look like they got a Gucci, a GG on the toe there. And they are a little beat up. Demna. Going back to your old ways here. Again, kind of oversized pooling denim. Demna, you lied to us when you said you were over it. I see the blue and green there. Man, this jacket's got horse bits on it too. That's cool to see him like utilize a new motif that he hasn't had access to in the past. But you can see the horse bits on the collar there and on the... That's kind of cool. It's like it's the zipper handle. I like that detail. Glasses are cool too. They remind me of something like Pharrell maybe would be coming out with here. Wait, what's his name? Figo. Don't know what it means. Sounds like a dog's name. La VIC. Very important customer. That's cool. Leather, I'm guessing monogram trench. And a head-to-toe look. Gucci's been big on the like shortened sleeves lately. And I like that. Is that just a one lapel? No, it's two. I think the scarf is just covering it. And a nice big... Is that like a horseshoe detail on the belt? The pulls are a little hard to see. They blend in with it, but yeah, I'm sure this jacket costs $10,000. But I like it a lot. I think it's very cool. I like the head-to-toe look. Okay. Yeah, the oversized claims were highly exaggerated because this fits right in there. But it's an evolution from what Demna would do. You know, I see the DNA in there. I see more Demna in this than Gucci, I think. Obviously, other than the tremendous monogram all over that large bag. Do you see what I have to put up with? Hey! These cats are mean to each other. They're supposed to love each other. Cool. I like the head-to-toe looks. I like the leathers that he's doing a lot. And I like the accessories that he's doing a lot. That necklace is pretty sick. The necklace is where, like... or the accessories, I should say, are where, like, I'm getting some, like, punk vibes coming through. Because, you know, it's these, like, really elegant looks, but, like, with these really intense chains. And the... he's found a way to do, like, the big branding in a way that, like, feels almost like... Again, like punk rock, like, you know, might he be able to make the GG belt cool again? I think he might. But I don't think I've seen a GG belt now. I should go back through the Cativa because, you know, that was such a staple for Gucci, but it's been so played out. I wonder if he can like back his way into it by making the GG cool in like earrings and necklaces and then hit him with the belt later on. Again, I love the exotics look of this. The shoulders are really cool. And the way they kind of like move up to that collar. God, I'm dehydrated. Shouldn't make a video first thing in the morning without drinking anything. Ragazzo della porta accanto. Cool. This is probably the most like, well, okay, wait. I just talked about the GG belt. There it is. Yeah. I think that strategy would make sense if he were to like do more GGs in the other jewelry and things like that. And make them cool again. I really like those horse bit details on the jeans and stuff. This jacket looks cool, but it's very hard for me to see. It's worn so weirdly that hard to tell what he's doing there. And then some more shoes, some more horse bits with Gucci monogram all over them. And the pooling pants. Kind of like the sweater. It's cropped. Okay. I was taking a second. I didn't know if that was an undershirt, but that is his midriff. Yeah, interesting. Very rich look here. Again, with the furs, the exotic blue furs. Hang on, who is this? Sciora. Don't know what it means. I'm sorry, not Italian. I like the again, with those big puffy sleeves. I like that. I don't know enough about Gucci's history to tell you if that is a like signature look of the house, or if that's just more of a Demna thing being Demna. I'm guessing it's a signature look. Don't yell at me. It's very early in the morning. Oh, and the bamboo. Is that a bamboo handle? Yes, it is. Okay, so he's bringing that in. This is the most structured bag we've seen so far. I gotta tell you, I do not love the bamboo stuff from Gucci, but people do, and it's a classic. Very cool. Looks like a shearling. Okay, buddy boy. I've seen that model before, if not from Balenci, then I've just seen him around. But horse bits all over the gosh dang place. This looks like a jacket from Julius because it's so tight. It's cool. I like it. It's again, the men's stuff is a little more in that like punky DNA I'd expect to see coming out of Balenci. And then the pants aren't like enormous, but they're very pooling at the bottom. Like I wonder if those are actually flared or like boot cut. I like this. I like that he's not just doing a GG belt, but he's even doing like a horse bit belt. Like that's a really cool motif, seeing it all through with the shoes and the pants and the belt. Okay, girl. Gallerista. Pretty standard looking girl power suit with some nice scarves. And is that a tie or is that just part of the scarf? A little hard to see. Again with the bamboo bag. That's the same bag it looks like as the other one. And it's got like a bamboo, like maybe you turn that, or it's just a detail maybe on the kind of button, but that's neat. A little more what I would expect to see from like a continuation of Gucci, not necessarily a Demna look, but it's neat. Sexy. We're bringing sexy back. We got the GG belt in there, finally. Crowd pleaser. Nice, like what looks like silk shirt. He got himself a bag. I think that's the same bag I said looked like a YSL bag. And these loafers? Yeah. I think those have a subtle monogram on them. Narcisista. I'm guessing that means narcissist. It's neat. Again, it's not like doing much too crazy for me. Fur, and this time the fur has like a patterning on it, like a chevrons almost or something. And again with that nice GG chain belt, bamboo handle bag, but with an exotic leather on there. It's cool. I think that he's doing a good job of making stuff that like rich women would want to buy. I feel like it's an elevated, classy look. Cool leather jacket, leather blazer, I think. Little pin on there. Again, I can't really see. It's probably like a Greek head or something. Or Italian. Roman. That's the word we're looking for. Is that a shoe? No, it's a bag. Okay. I thought it was like a giant shoehorn for a second. And this is maybe the horse nerd. Maybe the horsebit loafers that we just know and love, but for me they look a little lower profile, a little more unstructured. I'm liking the sweaters that he's doing. The cropped look is interesting. They're very aggressively cropped. And I'm liking all the leathers, as I've mentioned. They're really cool. Ooh, what is that? Okay, she's holding a fur. Hereditaire. Again, that bamboo top handle bag in the exotic, using that kind of Gucci crimson color. Same with the dress. The necklace. This looks like something I would have seen from like Eddie's Celine on women. He did some kind of like more refined dresses that remind me of this. It's cool. I like the boots. Yeah, it's definitely got, this whole collection has definitely got a much more like elegant. Now my cats are chirping. They're done fighting and they're in the chirping phase. Okay, now we're getting some angry models. This is what we needed to see out of Demna. Yeah, the collection, I mean, I'm summing it up here a bit. This reminds me of the trench coat look. Obviously, though, it's a fabric. Elegant statement jewelry that's kind of remind me of him. Tiny bit like a punk aesthetic simmering under the surface. I see his DNA, but it's understated. These look like things that like rich people would buy, so it's not alienating that customer base. Again, this looks like something Jackie Kennedy might have worn. I like that brooch with the florals. Oh, the GG buttons are cool all the way up. And there's a trunk. Okay, I think that brings us to the end. I like it. I don't love it. It's not like there's and I say that as like I don't love it. And I like not in a bad way at all. I'm saying like, would I buy this stuff? And probably not. I think it is a smart direction to be taking the brand for him. I think it looks elegant and elevated. It's not going to alienate his core or Gucci's core consumer base. It might peel off a couple people from Balenciaga. I don't know how much it will really, because like there's nothing in there that looked super streetwear to me other than like the denim. But I think again, he needs to play a little bit safe before he starts to really push things in that direction. I will say some of the jewelry pieces I could see people incorporating into a more streetwear aesthetic. But I don't know. I just get the sense that that's not where he wants to take this brand. It'd be really interesting to see where Pier Paolo Pacioli takes Balenciaga. Like, is he going to keep things going in that direction, in that streetwear bent? Because that's kind of not his bag. So cool, smart, interesting. We'll see where it goes. But I'm overall positive on it. I didn't see a lot that I was like, that's hideous or that's super boring or whatever. A couple things. you know, happens. But I'm at least more interested than what I was by the Shift sneaker, or what I thought was his sneaker and first looks. So what do you guys think of the whole collection? I know we went through a lot there, but it's exciting times to finally see this come to fruition. So again, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.